Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on this beautiful Monday, May 12th. This lovely afternoon in Columbus, Ohio. So, today I wanted to talk about something. I just saw this was reported. Um, Interestingly, it was posted May 12th, but updated May 11th somehow. So, we'll ignore how that happens. But this article here, Ohio again ranks among the worst states in country by U.S. News and World Reports. This is on NBC4, one of our local news channels here. So, Columbus, Ohio, U.S. News and World Report recently released its annual best states rankings, and Ohio placed near the bottom of that list. The digital media company releases a ranking of all 50 states annually. The rankings, debuted in 2017, are based on analysis of 8 categories, including economy, infrastructure, opportunity, fiscal stability, natural environment, crime, education, and healthcare. So, just real fast, a couple of ones of note. Ranked the lowest in natural environment, number 41. That's kind of interesting because I think Ohio's got a lot of beautiful places, but I don't know, maybe we don't take care of them very well. Number 39 in the economy. It ranked the highest in opportunity at number 17 and fiscal stability at number 25. So we didn't break the top 10 in anything. We broke the top 20 in opportunity, which is great. But fiscal stability, we're dead in the middle at 25. And then we're in the bottom for crime, education, healthcare, infrastructure, natural environment, and economy. So, what is going on here? Like, why am I interested in this? One, obviously, I'm in Ohio. Hi, Pumpkin. And I am running for U.S. Senate in Ohio. That's what the exploratory campaign is that we have going on. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I want my state to be the best that it can be. And the fact that we are consistently in the bottom, I think that, is it on here? Ohio ranked number 38th overall, I think. So well in the bottom, making it the 13th worst state. Ohio also ranked among the worst states in 2024's list, but sat 2 spots higher at number 36. So it's like last year we were better at 36, and now we are worse at 38. I mean, this is ludicrous. Oh, here it is. For the 3rd year in a row, the report crowned Utah as its best state, so that's really interesting. And the worst state in the country was Louisiana for the 2nd year in a row. Just for a little context there at the top and the bottom. But I just, I think at the end of the day, and before I say what I'm going to say here, this is not to indicate that the Democratic Party is the end-all be-all and the best option for everything, and it's going to make the world a better place, and we're all going to have sunshine and rainbows. Obviously not. But I do want to point out this, which is really interesting. So this is from Ballotpedia. So let me pull this up. This is from 1992 through last year, and it is a look at the control of the governor, the Senate, and the House. So these are the state Senates and state houses, not federal. Obviously, I'm considering running for federal. That's what the campaign is. But just as an Ohio resident and what we're looking at here, there have been no Democratic trifectas since 1992. And there have been 26 years of Republican trifectas. Think about that for a second. We have had 26 years in which the Republicans have been in control of the governor, of the state Senate, and the state House. And yet we are consistently not only in the bottom half, but like in the bottom quartile of states, right? That is terrible. And I think we honestly have to ask ourselves, just if you can, get yourself out of party politics for a second, right? And just think about how many times do you need to keep doing the same things the same way with the same people before you realize you are not going to get better results. The Republicans have been in charge of Ohio significantly for 26 years of the past 40 years. And that's in total control, right, of the trifecta. So this is from 24 to 92. So 10, so that's what, 32 years? 26 of the past 32 years, no Democratic trifectas. And even the years in which, if I pull this back up just for fun here, even the years in which that there might have been a Democrat that control that broke the trifecta of the three, it still rarely, I mean, you can see here in the 90s, it was only the House. The Senate and the governorship is still Republican. In 7 and 8, we had the governorship. Democrats had the governorship. And the Senate and the House. So you had one part of the three. And only for 2 of those years did we have 2 of the 3. So, again, not saying that the Democrats are the end all be all and are going to make everything 100% better, but like the proof is in the pudding here, folks. If you're doing the same thing every year for 32 some odd years and you're getting the same results, you need to start making changes. You know, as an individual, would you keep doing this if your house was consistently falling apart year after year after year, or would you start to make some changes? And I think that the Republican brand has managed to create this sort of marketing message that they are good for the economy, they are good for financial responsibility, they're good at this, that, and the other. Show me the data. Because the evidence right now is clearly pointing to a Republican-controlled leadership in our state is not helping us. And I find it extremely frustrating. I'll go on my little rant for a second here. As someone who has lived in Ohio, I feel like our state has been getting consistently worse in all of these metrics. This is just a feeling. I did not compare our sort of national rankings against where we were, but it's hard to believe if you're 38th out of 50. There's not a lot of space in there where you could be like, well, we're getting better and better. Like, did we start at 45 and now we're at 38? No, we did not. I think we have been getting consistently worse on this. And it's just incredibly frustrating to be an Ohioan and watch this state that I love fall apart for no reason, because we've convinced ourselves somehow that the Republicans know what the hell they're doing. They obviously don't. Fiscal responsibility. Okay, so why are we so bad on the economy? Like, it just blows my mind, and it's incredibly frustrating. And also, I throw this out there to Republicans, like, we should be on the same side here. You should be demanding more of your party to move Ohio forward into a better place. And it's just not happening. So I pulled this up because I saw this article, and like, this is one of the big reasons that I'm, wanting to be in this race, because I want Ohio to be better. I want Ohio to be a state that people don't just fly over. I do a lot of work because of my work in the video game industry. I work with a lot of different states around the country. And the thing that I hear more often than not when I'm trying to pull in, speakers or sponsors or exhibitors into my GDEX Expo, or when I try to start building relationships and partnerships with, other software solutions or middleware solutions or whatever, to start building relationships and maybe having a presence here in Ohio, the number one thing I hear every time is like, oh, I've never been to Ohio before. And it's because they just don't think they need to be. There's nothing interesting from their perspective that they think about when they think about Ohio. And I think it's a damn shame, because I think Ohio is an amazing state. I always tell people, like, Columbus is a beautiful city. You come in, we do GDEX in the fall. So generally like mid-September to mid-October. And I tell people, like, that time in Ohio is gorgeous. And when they come and they have a great time, they consistently tell me that they want to come back. And I think that that's awesome. So what that tells me is, our people, our activities, our food, our culture, people connect to those in really meaningful ways. We just had an event about 3 months ago where we pulled in people from outside of the country, from the UK, Scotland, Mexico, several other places. And they all had a great time once they got here. But they were very, very worried about coming here, because we do not have the best brand. for this stuff. And so they were legitimately like, I just don't know if I want to come to Ohio. And I was like, look, I hear you, I feel you, but just, trust me on this. If you come, I guarantee that you'll have a wonderful time. You'll feel safe. It's a very welcoming environment here in Columbus in particular, and several of the other cities in the state. And they came and they had a great time, and they left and went back to Europe, went back to Mexico, and afterwards they were just excited that they came. It was a super positive experience. So I know we have what it takes. We are a wonderful state. But the fact that we keep allowing the same type of, to be blunt, incompetent leadership to flourish is unacceptable. And I will be willing to even give you that a lot of these people legitimately do want to make the state better. They legitimately do want Ohio to be the best it can be. The argument I'm making is that the ideas that are being put forth by the Republican Party recently, and according to this, sort of within the past 30 years, we'll give it to them and say in the past 25 since 2000, they're just not working. They are not good ideas. They are not helping move the needle forward. We have 30 years, or even, again, giving them some extra credit, we'll say since 2000. Even since 2000, so the past 2 decades, the ideas are not working. Their policies are not working. They are not making us better. So now is the time, regardless of party affiliation, let's start working together and really start to push and see what we can do to make Ohio this amazing top tier state. And I am happy to see what I can do and to really push on a federal level to bring in that support into Ohio so that, maybe over the next 10 or 20 years, we are a top 10 state. How amazing would that be? So that is what I have to say for today. I really appreciate you listening to me. This was a little bit of a longer Chris Quick Thoughts rant. But again, thank you so much. Remember, you can follow me on Blue Sky and on Facebook, Volpe for America, if you just find those. And I will see you in the next video. So have a lovely day.